Hey gamers, get ready to feast your eyes on some serious visual goodness. Over the last decade, we've seen some absolutely incredible games that push high-end PCs to their absolute limit. We're talking mind-blowing graphics, jaw-dropping detail, and performance that'll make your rig sweat. Buckle up and get ready to be amazed.
And deadly.
Look at the modifications, Michael!
In 2013, gamers were amazed by the game Crysis 3, which had exceptional graphics for its time. The term exceptional here is used positively, as Crysis 3 stood out among other games in 2013, especially in terms of graphics. The demanding specifications for optimal gameplay forced gamers to upgrade their systems, making Crysis 3 a frequently discussed topic among gamers at the time.
In this city, all men are not created equal.
In 2014, it was the era of Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed Unity was considered the heaviest game of that year. Ubisoft introduced a new model, featuring new city designs, characters, and traversal moves, making it one of the most beautiful parkour games of its time. Before Unity, there was Black Flag, and after Unity, Syndicate was released, which was not very successful. Unity was extremely demanding due to its dense city environments. The game's heavy requirements revealed poor optimization, making it visually stunning but very demanding on hardware. Despite these issues, Unity remains one of the best-looking Assassin's Creed games. Even in 2024, the graphics still hold up well. The parkour mechanics in Unity are exceptionally smooth and fluid, with realistic movements and interactions with the environment. This marked a significant achievement for Ubisoft in creating a genuinely fluid parkour experience. Although Unity faced optimization issues and numerous bugs at launch, it is now highly playable. The game's graphics remain relevant, and it runs smoothly at 120 FPS on modern hardware. This is a notable part of Assassin's Creed history, showcasing the evolution of parkour mechanics in the series.
For the hero.
In 2015, the heaviest game was Arkham Knight, primarily due to its significantly larger city compared to previous Arkham games. The game's high demand stemmed from its incredibly detailed textures and numerous NVIDIA features. NVIDIA, at that time, introduced several specific features such as interactive smoke, where smoke would react to movement during battles, and paper debris that had realistic physics. Additionally, the game featured enhanced rain effects, where the rain would follow the lighting and environment accurately, rather than appearing as simple white streaks. Arkham Knight was intended to be the concluding entry in the Arkham series. Rocksteady, the developer, seemed to have forced the Batmobile into the game, making it a central element that many players found unenjoyable. The heavy reliance on the Batmobile for various tasks was not well liked. Furthermore, the game was notorious for its poor optimization, making it extremely demanding on hardware. Despite the game's impressive visuals, the lack of optimization resulted in a challenging experience for players, adding to its reputation as one of the heaviest games of its time.
If you try and rip the world apart.
In 2016, the heaviest game was Deus Ex Mankind Divided. This game became a benchmark weapon for Sony due to its impressive lighting. Sony often used it for benchmarking because of its excellent pre-baked lighting, which made the game appear almost like it had real-time ray tracing, even though ray tracing technology wasn't available yet. This visual excellence made Mankind Divided a staple for benchmarking, especially with its neon light scenes. Deus Ex Mankind Divided was revolutionary for its time, often compared to Cyberpunk 2077 for its similar mechanics. Players had to choose different modules for their cybernetic bodies, influencing their playstyle, whether stealth or combat-oriented. The game was well optimized at release, but still very demanding graphically, requiring high-end PCs to run at optimal settings. Despite its technological and graphical advancements, many players preferred its predecessor, Human Revolution, for its superior storyline and gameplay. Mankind Divided pushed forward in terms of technology and graphics, but its narrative and gameplay did not surpass those of Human Revolution. In 2017, Rise of the Tomb Raider was a standout game, still under the helm of Square Enix and developed by Crystal Dynamics. It was celebrated for having some of the best graphics of its time. Many still agree that the original Tomb Raider remains the coolest compared to Rise of the Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Despite the original's graphics now looking dated, Rise of the Tomb Raider still impresses with its visuals. One of the iconic features of Rise of the Tomb Raider was Lara Croft's glow stick, used for exploration. This became a memorable element of the game. Modern gamers might compare Lara Croft to Nathan Drake from the Uncharted series, particularly Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. However, Lara Croft has been around since the early days of gaming, even when the graphics were much more basic. Rise of the Tomb Raider also featured NVIDIA's Hairworks technology, which made the hair animations more realistic but significantly impacted FPS when enabled. Despite these demands, the game was a showcase of advanced graphics and remains visually impressive.
It's funny that in a place called Hope County.
In 2018, Far Cry 5 made a significant impact on the series and the gaming community. It revolutionized the Far Cry gameplay by introducing character creation for the first time. Players could choose their character's gender and customize their outfits from the beginning, a feature that has continued in subsequent games. When it comes to iconic enemies, Far Cry 5 is up there with Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4. Although recent entries like Far Cry 6 featured notable villains like Giancarlo Esposito's character, Far Cry 5 stood out with its cult-themed storyline and memorable antagonists. Graphically, Far Cry 5 remains impressive even today. Compared to newer entries in the series, there isn't a significant difference in graphics quality. The leap in visual fidelity from Far Cry 4 to Far Cry 5 was substantial, but subsequent games have only seen incremental improvements.
I created the Order to save people. All people, Artyom. It's your turn now.
In 2019, Metro Exodus was one of the heaviest games, continuing the trend set by its predecessors like Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. Published by Deep Silver and developed by 4A Games, a Ukrainian studio, Metro Exodus was known for its demanding graphics and detailed textures. The game is based on a novel and depicts a post-apocalyptic world where survivors live in subway stations. Metro Exodus was revolutionary for its time, featuring detailed environments and complex mechanics, such as the need to use gas masks with replaceable filters for outdoor exploration. This added a layer of realism and preparation to the gameplay, making it unique among FPS games. The game's slow pace, heavy narrative, and challenging combat mechanics meant it wasn't for everyone. While it wasn't as popular as some other titles, Metro Exodus was notable for its technical achievements and demanding nature, requiring high-end hardware to run smoothly. In 2020, Microsoft Flight Simulator became one of the most demanding games of the year. Published by Xbox Game Studios and developed by Asobo Studio, this simulator redefined realism with its stunning graphics and intricate details. Players could explore the entire world, thanks to its use of real-time satellite data and advanced AI technology. The game's massive scope and realistic flight mechanics required powerful hardware to run smoothly, making it a benchmark for gaming PCs. Microsoft Flight Simulator set a new standard for simulation games, offering an unparalleled experience for aviation enthusiasts and gamers alike.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go.
Cyberpunk 2077 stood out as one of the most demanding games, requiring high-end hardware to run smoothly. Developed by CD Projekt Red, this open-world RPG took players to the futuristic Night City with unprecedented detail and complexity. Despite its initial technical issues, the game's rich narrative, deep character customization, and expansive world captivated players worldwide. Cyberpunk 2077 pushed the limits of gaming PCs with its cutting-edge graphics and extensive cityscape, making it a visual and gameplay masterpiece. The game's high system requirements, including powerful CPUs and GPUs, were necessary to experience its full potential, especially in terms of visual fidelity and smooth performance. Despite the challenges, Cyberpunk 2077 remains a significant entry in gaming history, demonstrating the evolving capabilities and demands of modern video games. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, released in 2022, was a graphically demanding game that pushed the limits of contemporary hardware. Its stunning visuals, detailed textures, and realistic lighting effects created an immersive experience, but also required a powerful PC or console to run smoothly at higher settings. Despite the high system requirements, Modern Warfare 2 was praised for its engaging campaign, diverse multiplayer modes, and exciting new features like the DMZ mode. The game's demanding nature didn't deter players, as it became a commercial success and a popular choice for competitive gamers.
My right to escape. Every word is a step forward.
Alan Wake 2's 2023 release has been a double-edged sword for PC gamers. While the game is visually stunning and atmospheric, it demands a hefty rig. Minimum requirements include an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2060 or AMD Radeon RX 6600, alongside 16 gigabytes of RAM and a modern CPU. Even without ray tracing, the game pushes hardware to its limits. This has sparked discussions about PC optimization and the growing divide between high-end and budget gaming setups. Despite the demands, Alan Wake 2's captivating story and visuals make it a must-play for fans and newcomers alike. So there you have it, for the most stunning games from the last decade that truly test the limits of high-end PCs. If you're a hardcore gamer with a beastly rig, these titles are an absolute must-play. Let us know in the comments which of these games blew you away the most, and if there are any other visually stunning titles you think deserve a spot on this list. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more awesome gaming content. Thanks for watching and happy gaming!